Hello and welcome to today's video around how many times per week you should be working out. So if you're on, hello, good morning, I'd like you to actually pop in the chat below or the comments below. How many times do you work out each week? Alrighty, now this question seems so simple, and it really quite begs a simple answer. Like, I should be able to say to you, you should work out 3 times a week. You should work out 4 times a week. What about 5 times? Well, every day. Yet the true answer is just a little bit more nuanced in that sense. Alrighty, so it's going to be different for everyone. And there's a lot of different contributing factors that need to be considered. So in today's video, I want to go through exactly what those contributing factors are, what the right amount of frequency is for you, for your goals, and for your schedule. So where you're at this point in your life and your lifestyle right now. And that's going to then allow you and empower you to actually be able to make that choice, an educated choice, and the best choice for you. Alrighty, so hello and welcome. My name is Corinne. I am the head coach here at CRG Energy Fitness, and we specialize in helping parents build strong and healthy minds and bodies so that you can be confident and comfortable within your own skin, and you're able then to do all the things that you've always wanted to do. So there's a couple of things, when it comes to today's video around how many times per week should we work out. There's a couple of things that we need to take into consideration here. And perhaps they're things that you've never really thought of or realized before. We're going to look at the difference between your NEAT movement. So think about that as your everyday daily movement and your daily steps versus your actual formal exercise, alrighty? Because the two are completely different. And we're gonna then look at exercise that you actually enjoy. And then most importantly, in my belief, we're going to then look at recovery, alrighty? And the demands that each different type of exercise is going to take on your body and the amount of recovery needed, to then deal with those demands, alrighty? Because your body's going to be, it's going to take a different amount of recovery if you're doing, let's say, a weight resistance workout compared to if you're, say, doing a run or a jog, alrighty? Our body is going to need, different time frequencies to then be able to recover properly and the most optimally for you, so that you're able to get the best out of every single workout that you do. And I don't know about you, but if I'm going to put the time and the effort into getting sweaty and doing a workout, I want to be able to, or I want to know for sure that my body's getting the best and the most optimal out of the workout that it possibly can. Alrighty, so I think you're going to learn a lot today, so get out your pen and paper, get ready to take some notes, and let's unpack how often you should work out. Alrighty, so I think the simple answer here to the question is you should work out as frequently as you can, doing the exercise that you love, doing something that then fits into your schedule, and then allowing your body enough time to actually recover. Alrighty, so there's 4 factors there that are hugely important when it comes to working out how many times per week you should exercise. Alrighty, so that kind of makes up the equation there. And to figure out what's really going to work and going to work for you, we can look at then unpacking each of those categories. Alrighty, but up first, what I really want to do is actually just, accentuate the difference between your everyday movement and then actual focused scheduled workouts. Alrighty, so if you're just starting to get your body moving again, whether it be from having time off from having kids, or you've just found, life's gotten pretty busy and, you haven't really focused on prioritizing yourself and allowing you some focused time to exercise and feel good within you, it's far more important to actually be able to develop and build a momentum of exercise that you can actually check the daily movement box. Alrighty, and then we can actually look at formal and scheduled workouts, like specific workouts, a little bit later down the track. And what I mean by this is our body is designed to move, yeah? Like at the moment, we've got a generation and a lifestyle that is really quite sedentary, meaning that we're sitting for long periods of time. We're not actually moving our body. And that has a whole heap of a detrimental effect to our actual body, because that's not how our body functions the best. Alrighty, so we function best and at our most optimal when our body is moving. And when I say moving, it doesn't just mean, or it doesn't actually, specifically mean a focused exercise session at the gym. Alrighty, so doing formal exercise. Research actually shows that when you get up and move your body, everything starts to work better. So our digestive system works a lot better. Our brain, and that clarity and that focus works a lot better. You don't feel so stiff within your joints and your muscles, and your hunger. This is a big one. Your hunger hormones actually regulate a lot better when you're regularly moving. Alrighty, so if you're someone that has quite a sedentary lifestyle, so you sit for long periods of time, within the day, throughout your day, every day, I think the best thing and the most important thing for you is just to actually get up and start getting your body moving more regularly. Alrighty, so, we can start off with just going for, a 10-minute walk here and there throughout the day, even starting off your day. When you get up, have a big drink of water to hydrate your body from being, fasted overnight, and then get up and go outside and go for a 10-minute walk around the block. If you're able to do that before the rest of the family wakes up for the day, fantastic. Alrighty, get your body moving, get those muscles warmed up, get your breathing system, clear and getting some fresh air. Alrighty, so throughout the day, we want to be able to get up and move our body more, and so if you're an office worker, for example, something, for you, this looks like maybe, anytime you need to get up and go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom on the next level, or go to the furthest bathroom away. So you're actually walking and moving your body a lot more. Get up regularly, every hour on the hour, and go to, say, the lunchroom, get, a big glass of water, get a big drink of water, and actually just, move your body around, do some shoulder rolls, lift your legs much on the spot even. Just get your body moving, alrighty? Even things like, when you come into your car park, your work car park your car in the furthest car park away from you, so that you actually have to walk that little bit further to get to the office. Alrighty, there's always ways that we can find to move our body more. And just this everyday movement, like being able, that is actually more important to your health and more beneficial to your health than actual scheduled format or formal workouts or exercise as it is. Alrighty, so let's make it an aim as a collective, as a group of parents, and as, this community. Let's make a pact that we're going to actually get up and start moving our body so much more. Alrighty, because your body will thank you for it. Trust me. Alrighty, so now that we've kind of looked at, just everyday movement, let's now move into actually formal exercise. Alrighty, so let's just say you're somebody, I'll go back to the beginner type example. If you're someone that's just having a reintroduction back into exercise because you've been off with kids, mum or dad, maybe you've, lost your way and you're, a reintroduction to exercise, or maybe you just haven't really exercised at all. And that's okay too. So if you're a beginner, what I would recommend is starting off with 2 sessions per week, so a minimum of 2 sessions per week of actual formal exercise or specific exercise, up to a maximum of 3 times a week. So I think that for a beginner is a real sweet spot. And when I talk about a beginner, then I'm talking about someone that's trying to then build up that momentum, and you might not have a lot of experience with exercise as such. And when I then say a scheduled or a specific or a formal workout, what I mean is you're actually scheduling it into your diary, alrighty? It's an appointment in your diary that you can't miss. You've also planned in advance exactly the workout that you're going to do. So you know what you're about to, go into. And then that way we can actually work out what is best when it comes to recovery for you and for your body. Alrighty, so having that workout planned and ready to go is super important. And maybe it's a CRG energy fitness video that you've seen on YouTube or I've posted within the group. Alrighty, and you've got it scheduled in for 6:30 in the morning before you have your breakfast, or maybe it's scheduled in for 6 o'clock at night. Once you come home, and that's the first thing you do when you get home. Alrighty, and if you're then able to space that out 2 to 3 times a week, then you've got yourself an exercise plan here. Either way, it's scheduled in and it's allowing you to actually give yourself some accountability to yourself in that sense. And as I mentioned before, the reason this is so important to plan it in and to know exactly what type of workout you're doing is because you need to give your body the ample and enough amount of time to actually recover from your workouts. So let me be really clear when I say this. The recovery part of your whole exercise plan is the most important part. Alrighty, so that the recovery, the rest and the recovery, that's when our muscles are growing. That's when our body's repairing from the exercise stimulus that we're putting it through. So your recovery is when you actually get all the results that you're wanting. So that is why your recovery is so important. And you need to, I can't emphasize that enough. You need to schedule in rest days. Alrighty, so as you start to then get into those formal exercises, and some of these really good exercise type sessions can be, maybe it's a strength session using weights and resistance, maybe it's circuits, maybe it's some high intensity type workouts, maybe it's going for a run, whatever it is that you enjoy. We want to be able to get a training effect from exercise. So that's where and why I guess, really emphasize the recovery and the rest time, because that's then also allowing our muscles to recover so that then the next time that we go to exercise, we can actually exercise at our fullest potential. Alrighty, because if we're sore, if we've got sore muscles, if we're feeling lethargic because we're just feeling blah because of, we had a hard workout the day before, how can you actually perform at your best for that next workout if you haven't given your body ample enough time to actually rest and recover? Alrighty, so we want to be giving our body that, an extra day in between your workouts to recover. Alrighty, and as you become fitter, as you become more experienced, your recovery time, as you get fitter, you will be able to recover better. As you build your aerobic capacity, that allows your body to be able to recover quickly, alrighty, or quicker. So, the time in between, let's say rest periods within your sets or within your actual workout itself, your rest periods could become smaller because you're getting fitter and you're able to recover quicker within that time period. Alrighty. Another thing to note here, as we get a little bit older, so into our 40s, into our 50s, into our 60s, our body will take just that little bit longer to recover compared to, say, when, we're in our 20s and, our muscles and our tissues and connective tissues, ligaments are, collagen full and they bounce back. So as we get a little bit older, we lose that collagen within our muscles, within our tissues, and it just slows down that recovery and that repair period. Alrighty. However, really important to note here, you need to be able to create a schedule that you're 100% going to stick to. So let's just say, for example, you've scheduled in, you're a beginner, you've scheduled in 3 sessions a week into your diary, into your plan, and due to your busy lifestyle, you start missing sessions here and there because you just can't, you truly can't fit them in. Then I would then recommend dropping one of those sessions and penciling in 2 a week and making sure that it's a 10 out of a 10 attendance rate on those 2 sessions per week. That way we've got the opportunity there to start building momentum. And before you know it, you're actually going to be wanting to prioritize time to fit in that 3rd workout per week. Alrighty, so it's more achievable for you to actually start smaller, nail those workouts, get your body used to that, actually start feeling good, because it's then going to create that cycle, that momentum that we want to build for you to be able to then add more exercise sessions in, because you're actually going to want to add them in, so it's, I guess, from the other point of view, it's no good, scheduling into your system as a beginner 5 workouts, in the week, in the very first week, and then you don't make any of them, or maybe you hit one of those sessions. We're then going to believe that we're a failure. Why can't I do this? I'm failing at this. I'll never get to my goal. So that mental energy shift, it actually sets you up for failure in that sense. And what we want to promote here is actually setting you up for success. Alrighty, because if we set you up for success, you're more likely to obviously succeed, and you're more likely to get the results that you want. Alrighty, because that can turn into quite a vicious cycle in that space, and it doesn't do our mental health any benefits if we can't achieve what we want to achieve. And the reason we're not achieving that is because we've, scheduled in something that's not achievable for us for the level that we're currently at. Alrighty. So for beginners, 2 to 3 sessions per week is great. Like, start off with 2. When you're nailing 2, then move it up to 3. Alrighty. And I can recommend some of our CRG energy fitness videos on YouTube. And what I'm going to do afterwards is just pop our link in the comments below. So on our channel, we've got a myriad of different workout videos, strength videos, high intensity videos. I've got mobility and flexibility type videos. I've got cardio videos. I've got something for everyone in that sense. Alrighty. So I'll load the link in the comments below, and you can choose, what suits you in that space. And something I want to cover as well is, if you're feeling too sore, you can always take an extra rest day from a formal workout. So maybe instead of, if you've got a formal exercise session scheduled in and you're just really feeling too sore and you're really feeling lethargic from being sore, what we can do then is actually pop in an active recovery day. So doing things like going for a longer walk where you're power walking a little bit more, so it's not just a stroll as such. We can add in things like a mobility and or a flexibility session, so you're still moving your body, yet it's just not a hardcore body energy, mind energy type of workout. Alrighty, so it's going to be a lot easier and a lot gentler on you and on your body. Alrighty. Now, if you're someone who is a little bit more advanced and it just really feels good for you to work out 5, 6, 7 days a week, like I still, in all honesty, wouldn't recommend that you work out 7 days a week. It's not even something that I do as a fitness professional in this space. I like to give my body time to recover so that I can actually work at an optimal level and an optimal performance for the next time that I'm actually, doing a training session. Alrighty. But, as I said at the start, each one of us are different. So you need to find what works for you. Alrighty. And what we can do as a little bit more experienced, and if you are choosing, let's say, to work out 5, 6, 7 days a week, you can actually work it in so there's splits to your training. So, the first day you might do a leg-based training session. The next day you might do a upper body focus session. So in that space, you're actually, still allowing your legs to recover on that second day because we're focusing on upper body. Our third day may be, a high intensity type session with dumbbells. And then the fourth day is your recovery and rest day. Fifth day may be something like yoga or mobility. And then we, start the cycle all over again in that sense. So we can actually split the workouts, up so that we're still actually giving our body recovery during that week. Alrighty, so I'm just giving options. I'm just throwing out some options here. The point I'm trying to make is that you need to then just create a schedule that works for you. Alrighty, and having a plan is absolutely vital. Yet I want you also to remind you that it's super important that you learn to listen to your body. And then once you actually learn that skill, you actually listen to your body. There's one thing saying, oh yeah, I listen to my body. And then there's another thing that you actually listen to it and do what, your body is telling you to do. Because if your body is saying to you, I'm sore, I'm tired, I'm feeling run down, I'm hungry, it's always okay to take an additional day of rest and then work out the next day. Alrighty, you're not going to lose any gains. It's not going to affect over the whole scheme of, let's say, the week. It's not going to harm your results throughout that week. Alrighty. However, if you're someone that, just needs then that mental, stimulation and that mental, I have to work out, then highly recommend that you actually add in, like as I mentioned before, an active recovery day. So you're still actually doing something. It's just not as strenuous as some of your actual formal workouts. Because I want you to remember as well, exercise is a stimulus and it is a stress on your body. Alrighty, so we're actually giving the body a signal to adapt and to grow when we exercise. Alrighty, yet that adaptation and that growth happens in the time that you're not exercising. So it's your rest and recovery days. That is when all the results happen. Alrighty, and I want to really also focus on if your goal is to lose weight, the most important thing here is to actually focus on eating like your diet, alrighty? So your everyday nutritional diet. So look at cleaning up your diet where you can. Eating whole foods, eating a nutritional balanced diet in this space. And I did a video last week around how to portion your plate and the right things to eat on your plate. Alrighty, so if you want a copy of that video as well to help you, please comment below and I'll send that through to you. No problem whatsoever, because that gives you heaps of good ideas and actually then teaches you how to portion and how to plate up your food so that you're getting the right amount of macronutrients and the right amount of foods for you to be able to lose weight. Alrighty, so you can lose weight without actually working out or having those focused and those formal exercise sessions. As a beginner, 2 to 3 times a week, make sure you're checking off and ticking that daily movement box. Alrighty, and as you get more advanced, you can then increase your frequency. Yet I would still recommend those rest days sprinkled throughout your week. It just gives your body time to then rejuvenate. Alrighty, because if we continue to push and train our bodies when our body is screaming at us to slow down and we need a rest, we get run down and we will get sick more easily. And we then also have a higher chance of injury. Alrighty, and as I mentioned before, as we get a little bit older, the capacity for our body to recover takes that little bit longer. Alrighty, so those recovery and those rest days are actually going to be more beneficial for you as you get a little bit older. Alrighty, so there we go. That's my rant for today. So to summarize, and this is my answer when it comes to the question, how many times a week should you work out? So it's dependent on where you are in your journey. It's dependent on doing the exercise that you love. It's dependent on what fits into your schedule. And it's also dependent on your recovery capacity. Alrighty, so that information there is there to help empower you to find your energy, to find your flow, because what works for you is your routine and your flow. Alrighty, it's not a one size fits all. Okay, and when you can establish your energy and your flow, your routine, your plan, then you can become consistent with that. And when you're consistent, that's when those long-term results are going to come. Alrighty, and that is my wish for you, to get the results that you want. I hope you have the best day today. I'll catch you next week. Bye.